So this is a video on this rubber liquid sealant from Hupeyna, if I pronounced it correctly, Hupeyna. I've now used it on a couple of projects. And what I'm going to show you here is I'm actually restoring a picnic table. Probably these are just the ends of the seats. It's a solid wood picnic table that actually is a round top and another long 2x4 or 4x4s that go between here. And the way this table is designed, it has 4 seats like this. And the problem with this was they rot out. These ends right here rot out. These ends rot out. And so I can literally show you what it looks like if they rot out. You see these pieces down here were just totally gone, both sides of them, because when it sits at an angle, and even though this right here supports the top of the picnic table, if you didn't treat it right, they would just rot out. So this was here. Both ends were that way. As you can see, this is how they did attach the top, and you can see they're just totally rotted out. So the point of putting this rubberized on top is, this sealant is to prevent that happening. You can see what I did is I put tape on here, and it's held up pretty good. These have been in the sun for a while, and I did it in every piece I think I'm gonna have a problem with. And even the ends, even have down on the bottom. Now you can paint on this. In fact, I can show you where just to do a test, I painted it. And again, there's that top, but I actually painted these ends right here. This is the same rubberized material. You can't really tell because I painted over it, but that's the rubberized material, and it actually holds it real well. So you can paint over it. But I'm very pleased with this. Again, this has been sitting out in the sun out here in the weather for several weeks, actually about 3 months. So I can finish up the rest of the table. And I'm going to do that this next week. But you can see this is held up real good. I put a double coat here. And I did this purposely knowing when I put the top down here where the water's going to set, I'm not going to have an issue. And I've also redesigned the table that I can actually take the top off and recoat this if I need to. But if you're looking for a good material, weatherproofing sealant, this is just one use case. I'll actually probably use it on the roof as well too. I'll show you actually how you put it on. But it goes on very, very thick. You can see right here where I got it on the ends. And I put it on the bottom here as well too. So that way that's set in the water. By doing that, that'll prevent it as well too. So I'm very happy with the work how it looks so far. And when I get this project finished, you'll see the whole finished product. But again, you're looking for a good waterproof sealant patch. This stuff is real good. All right, once you open this jar, this stuff forms a very thick paste. So you need to use it quickly, and you need to seal it up quickly. Because what will happen over time, if you have to open the can again, what's going to happen is it'll end up forming a layer or a top that you're going to take off the top, which I've had to do that in the past. So you want to use throwaway brushes, and this is what I use, throwaway brushes. This stuff is extremely thick. And you see I use my tape here, just regular painter's tape, and I just brush it on. So you see I've already done some of it already. It doesn't have to be pretty. Once it dries, it'll smooth itself out. But you want to make sure you cover everything that you don't want to have water get into or damage. This forms a seal. Again, you can use this on a roof. You can use it on any material that you're trying to protect from water damage, or you're just trying to protect. This is what I'm trying to do here with this right here. And so you can see I'm just putting it on pretty thick. This stuff will dry and it'll form a big paste. Like I say, this is not an art class, so you can make it look as you saw the good the other ones look, but this one, because this material has been sitting here for a while, it's gotten a little bit thicker. So I just have to work with it and put it on here, but it's working out pretty good. Anyway, you get the concept here is you will want to use throwaway brushes, keep this thing airtight best you can. And so when you get ready to use it again, it doesn't dry out on you. But what'll happen, which is what was in this can actually had a very layer of material that had already dried on top, which is actually good, really, in some ways, because to protect the other one. Just a sidebar, you're going to have something like Goo Gone if you ever get it on your hands, because this stuff will get stuck in your fingers and it makes it really hard to get off. All right, so I've done that one. I'm going to do this one next. I'm going to slide that one down. Same thing in this one. You see, that looks pretty good. A lot better than the other end. So I'll just smooth it on here the best I can. Anyway, you get the concept of how to put it on here. Once you open this can, you need to work fast because air gets in that and that stuff will start drying out. It's very thick paste. If you can stir it, you can stir it with the stick. I haven't really worried about that. I just turn the cans over on a regular basis. In other words, what I say is I have the can, I turn it over, flip it over, but that way I kept it from forming too much of a seal. But if you get a seal on top, if it dries out inside, gets a seal on top, in some ways that's actually okay, because then you can rip that seal off, which is what I had to do earlier. But when you do that, make sure you have something like Goo Gone or something to wash it off. Anyway, this is great material for what I'm using it for. I'm waterproofing the tops of these pieces of wood because they're going to be exposed to rain and water, and I want the tops and the bottoms to be sealed. And I'm going to do that all around and these other ones behind me here. And you can see this brush is on. And you're looking for a good sealer to make sure the things don't get damaged from water. It works great in the concept here because I'm doing it on a picnic table. But if you have a roof or some other area that you need to cover up screw holes or other things where you don't want water to get in there, this is a good material to use for that. All right, I have done all the ends using this waterproof sealant patch, this real Hupeyna, I pronounce it Hupeyna rubber liquid sealant. This is my second set I've done. It's a good product. When you use it, my advice is if you open the can the first time, or whenever you open the can, use it all up. Because if you come back and use it the second time, you're probably going to have, which is what I had in this case, a layer on top, and I had to pull the layer off, and that left me with less. And I wish I had done all of these at the same time, but they weren't ready, so less than on my side. But good product. I got all done. They look good. I've got some other ones I got to do as well too, but I was able to get all the ends on this one. I will be using this product again when I have something of some product like this as well, a project like this again, where I need to stain some in to get the water. You can see that this is done. I'm probably going to have to go back, so I'm going to get another can. I'm just going to do another project on these, but I'm happy with how all these look. I got them all covered, and now they'll be protected, and they should last for years now when I actually put the picnic table all together.